It's not just me talking about a subject, it's now a conversation between the two of us. That's when I know that we've done a good job. Hey, I'm Daniel Roca from MITT. I teach cyber defense and cloud administration. I'm trying to get my students into that two-way conversation state where I can ask them a question and then they can answer it, and they can come and ask me a question and I can answer it. It's not just me talking about a subject, it's now a conversation between the two of us. That's when I know that we've done a good job. Before I started using Mentimeter, I teach a lot of technical classes, so they're very memory focused. You have to learn this command, you have to do this and that. And so one of the problems that I had a lot of was, how do I get them to memorize it in a fun and engaging way? Teaching at that time was pretty rough because it felt like talking to a wall. It's like that time when you're a kid and you're thinking about, oh no, this presentation's coming up, all eyes are gonna be on me, and there's gonna be crickets, except I was living it. What led me to start using Mentimeter was that desire to ask my students questions that were a little bit more interactive, both in my lectures and before my lectures. I always started off my days with, hey, good morning, how are you? You know, small talk. But I wanted something a little bit more fun than just, hey, how are you? So I was hoping to use Mentimeter to try and improve my connection with my students. I wanted to ask more about their hobbies, more about the fun things that they do, so that I could talk about my fun hobbies as well. Coffee was really good for trying to wake up the body, but I still wanted something to really wake up the mind before the lecture actually began. Mentimeter has changed the way that I teach, both in conceptual ideas and also in memorizing. For the memorizing part, I kind of just point to the screen and say, this thing that we're supposed to memorize, A, for your studies, but B, there's going to be a little tiny Mentimeter quiz just down the corner. Maybe write it down, you're gonna probably need it. From the conceptual perspective, I like to try and take a really big idea and then break it down through analogies and Mentimeter into much more manageable chunks of information. That way a student can actually digest this and take it into that bigger idea. I have a super memorable moment when I was using Mentimeter. I started using our questions of the days. One day I asked a super simple question, hey, what did you do over the long weekend that we just had? And I got a couple of responses like hiking and whatnot, and I thought, oh, that's what I did this weekend too. So I very quickly added a picture into my Mentimeter slides and said, hey, this is where I went. 2 months later, all of these different students all came together, went on the same hike that I did, and took the exact same picture that I had just shown them in my class. So now that I've introduced questions of the days and I'm starting to use Mentimeter more and more, my students have become really, really engaged right from the beginning of class because of the questions of the day. In addition, we've become a lot more personable. It's become a lot more of a friendship as opposed to just being a teacher up on a stage. And that's really opened the door for conversation and for questions in particular. So looking back, one really important thing that I've learned from this experience has been that students are people as well. And I think sometimes we tend to forget that, get into the motion of things, and we just go, hey, it's another student that needs to pass my class, instead of something more like, this is a friend that I want to see succeed. I needed a way to get this really dry content across to my students in a little bit more of a fun way. And I also really wanted to connect with my students. I needed something to bridge that gap. And now I've created an open environment where students are able to ask me any question that they so wish, all because of Mentimeter. If you're thinking about starting Mentimeter, I would highly advise it. Just start small, but start somewhere.